Hello, guys. Welcome back to our live specials. This is the E3 Xbox conference reaction. Xbox came through with something very interesting, and I don't really know how to explain it. It was really good. Not even for the point of like Xbox games, because there's not many coming out this year. But it was really good. Overall, for the fact that they showed off a lot of world premieres, but a lot of new titles are coming out. There was a lot of surprises, some predictable ones as well that we seen coming, definitely for sure. First off, they started out. Oh yeah, by the way, Tom's here as well. Say hi, Tom.
Hi. We're still sort of getting over the fact that everything just happened, like 50 games in a conference. Xbox were gearing up saying this was going to be the biggest E3 ever. It sort of was their biggest E3 ever, wasn't it? Like,
yeah,
you can't deny that. But you also can't deny the fact that they showed a lot of trailers, again, and not that much gameplay.
Yeah,
they did show gameplay for some games. They also just showed long trailers for a lot of games. They're like in this scene or something, they'll say. So Gears, for example, sort of spoilers if you've not. But Gears 5 is coming. Basically, they showed a scene, and it was looking forward to what's coming. In fact, I've probably ruined that a little bit.
Well, it doesn't really matter anyway, because we're going to discuss nearly everything. And if you haven't seen on Twitter, and we're assuming our audience is on the socials, you would have seen a lot of things, a lot of splash screens, a lot of logos for certain games that have come out. And right out of the gate, Xbox obviously started off with their baby. They started off with Halo,
Where'd you find those?
which is their sixth entry in the main story. It's called Halo Infinite. Chief is back. I'm not a Halo I
mean, we don't know if it's like the sixth installment in the Halo series, if it's like a spin-off.
Oh no, sixth. It's the sixth. Yeah, apparently it's the sixth because it's a main title game, because Master Chief is back. So I'm assuming it's going to be the sixth. If not, it will be like an ODST or a Halo Reach.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly, but I'm thinking it's called Infinite because this may well be the last true Halo with Master Chief.
I mean, we didn't even get a release date, so it could just be Infinite, just never come out.
I don't know, like it could just be Halo forever. I don't know. This could be like a massive online. It could be the Destiny. It could be a Destiny game.
It could be a Destiny.
It could be something that's just going to be.
It didn't look like a Destiny game, but like it's Halo, and they've got an IP to work with there that's loved by a lot of people.
Exactly.
They could, if they're going on about all this cloud gaming stuff that they kept mentioning throughout the conference, then that could be like if they want to start going into that, then Halo could be like their opening point to do that.
Well, seeing as Bungie did come from Halo anyway, they were the original Halo creators, and who are now bouncing off to go and do another project and are leaving Destiny. Halo could make something far greater than Destiny, even though it's not Bungie, but they could use that idea that Destiny, that Destiny did, but they did really focus on Master Chief. So this leads me to believe that it's probably still going to be a single player game and a main point in the series. Whether this will be the last one, we don't know. Halo is a very much loved franchise, and I can't really see it being casted away. So after Halo was short as well, by the way. It was like a minute long.
There was a short Halo trailer, and then I'm not sure if so obviously we've tried to get up as much as we can and track down as many notes as we can, but there's obviously 50 games that happened during this whole thing. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happened.
18 exclusives and 15 world premieres.
Well, world premieres.
We'll get into that.
World premieres. So we did get a new game from Software announced. Called Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice,
which was teased at the VGAs earlier this year.
Yeah. and everyone was thinking that might be Bloodborne 2. We still don't know if that's a thing. Like, it could be, it could not be, but obviously this was what was coming. We saw what was in the tease from the VJs in this trailer, so we obviously know that that's what it is now.
Yeah.
But it looked interesting.
It did. For ages, I thought it was going to be Tenchu, which is a very old ninja game. It takes a lot of elements from Tenchu and puts it into this game, but it's very similar to a game that is already out, which I thought, is it called Nioh? That's it, Nioh. Nioh. It's like a feudal Japan Dark Souls type game. And that's on PlayStation and PC. I don't think it's on Xbox. It's on PlayStation and PC. And this game,
I know,
you know what I'm saying? This game looks exactly like...
For anyone that's like wondering what we did, we've got a screen up in a computer at the moment, so that's like...
So yeah, we can kind of like see things. Nier is just like... It's just like the Shadows Die Twice. And if anything, From Software is probably going to do it better because they already have the Dark Souls... universe that they've already created, and they had Tenchu, so these are two types of genres that they already created, so it leads me to believe that they could probably create a very good game, and it looks very good.
It does look very good. That was sort of like the start, and we didn't know what to expect after that.
Just before that though was Ori and the Will of the Wasp, which we already seen last year. And it's coming out in 2019. I don't really know why it's taking so long, but...
This was a lot of the things that was happening, like, a lot of things just had 2019. Not really anything else. It was like spring 2019, I understand that's a thing we've got to work out where to be, but like...
Yeah.
Obviously the whole backlash of E3 last year, and the reason why Sony's focusing so much on just 4 games with gameplay apparently this year, is because... Like, they might announce some stuff, but they want to actually show people the games that they can play. Obviously, we saw that with EA yesterday, Unravel 2. You could play that, like, on the day, go and buy it.
Yeah, it was instant. You could buy, buy Unravel 2, which I don't think is too expensive because it is an indie game, so it would be around...
I still think it's expensive.
Is it, what do you think is around? Let's see, what's the price? Try and get it up.
I think it is...
I know it's probably like on Origin,
about £30 or something. Okay, $17.99, so not too bad.
That's not bad for a co-op
game.
Yeah, so you and a friend, I guess, can play that. I'm pretty sure figure out a way how to just buy one version of that and share it. There is ways to do that on PlayStation and stuff like that, isn't there? You can do PS4 share and play a co-op game.
After that, I believe that it was like so basically, was it?
It's Fallout 76.
Was it Fallout 76?
Yeah, that was the next game that was shown after. Straight after.
I mean, nothing was really shown, was it? It was like obviously Bethesda's later. We're going to cover that, and hopefully they show like a bit more gameplay there. We won't cover it too much, but it didn't look like the MMO that was reported from Kotaku. It just looks like a normal.
It just looks like a normal Fallout game, but that's the problem. It just looks like another Fallout game.
It did look very much like Fallout 4.
It like the graphics itself wasn't even impressive. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was talking about this yesterday as well. I think we was talking about this off stream.
We're discussing the engine, yeah.
About how dated Fallout and Skyrim looks now because they keep using the same thing over and over. And then we got games like Doom and Wolfenstein that look brilliant. Like, they look amazing. Like, I don't understand why they just don't utilize another engine by now. But I don't know. We'll have to see about Fallout. But we'll talk about that more another time.
Another time is in later.
Like 3:30.
3:30 a.m.
In about 4 hours time.
For British Standard Time, if you're still awake at that point.
In about 4 hours and about 18 minutes time.
I don't know if we'll still be awake at that point.
We're going to try our best. We've got lots of water and hot drinks. The next... I didn't know this, but the game is totally free. It's from the Life is Strange universe, and it's called The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, which has made me happy, because now I know that it's not Life is Strange 2, because that's what I thought they were trying to do it as.
We thought it was Life is Strange 2.
But it's just something in the Life is Strange universe. Yeah,
it looks interesting. Like, especially that this game's free. I'm definitely going to pick this game up and play it because it's free.
Yeah, if it's free, yeah.
I played Life is Strange. Some of it, I didn't play all the episodes, but played some of it.
I've got all of Life is Strange now as well. Yeah,
it's meant to be really good. And what I played, it was really good.
It's good.
This looks a little bit, obviously, like Life is Strange is emotional, but this looks emotional as well, and it had some sort of monster stuff in it.
It had like an emotional undertone. Basically, the kid's mom's like died, and it's just him and his dad now. Like, yeah.
And he's sort of fighting against the world on his own.
I think it's like a little bit of like a. He's gone and escaped into his own world, trying to deal with
like an imaginary superhero.
And I think it
looks good.
It looks like a light game. I would definitely pick it up because it's free. So go out there and definitely check that out. I know we're kind of firing through this, but 50 games. So
there's a lot of games to get through. There's a lot of things, and we've been 10 minutes. There's a lot.
Exactly. We haven't even made a dent in the list yet. We've just
let me set this up first. Just hang on. Next game. Crackdown 3 is finally coming.
Yeah, Crackdown 3 is finally coming after multiple delays, a slew of delays.
Multiple years.
And yeah, basically Crackdown 3 was coming out when we was in first year of college.
When we were in college together. We're now finishing university.
We're now finishing and going into our final years of university, and Crackdown is still not going to be out. It's going to be out next year, and
it's a long time coming. And
the game looks dated.
Yeah, it looks better than what it looked like, but still, like, it just seemed like chaos to me. Honestly, I've never played a Crackdown game before. That might be how it is, but to me, it didn't really interest me that much. And I think that's also because the first trailer seemed interesting to me, and now it's been so long as well. Like, I'm really not that interested in the game. Like, I've gone off it. There's better games that have come out since then. There's not a lot more you can say about it. Like, that it's took too long. There's not much they can do with it anymore. I think the game's going to come out and get a few sales from a few people that are excited about the game. It'll probably get like average sales, but it's not going to be like a big hitter because of how long the delays are.
Exactly. And it's also dropping on a very hot date, which is February the 22nd, 2019, which about 5 games are dropping on that same day. For whatever reason, I don't know. Nope. Days Gone is on that same day.
We have a new game. Well, again, that was announced at last year's E3. We saw a trailer of, and the release date was announced here, which was Metro Exodus.
Yep, that's
coming out on the 22nd of February.
Crackdown the 22nd. There's another game that I know is coming out on the 22nd, but I can't remember it. I think Ori and the Will of the Wisps was coming out in February as well.
It's coming out spring, I think.
Spring too. That could be February. We don't know. But at the end of the day, everything can't drop on the 22nd of February, so something's going to get moved or delayed or something, because there's too many games coming out.
Crackdown's just been delayed to the 22nd of February, so I don't think they can delay it again.
Well, who's going to delay what then? Because we already know Days Gone is
Metro was delayed.
Metro's already been delayed. I don't think that game looks finished, so I don't think they're even going to delay it again.
So Days Gone. Days Gone's already been delayed, though.
Days Gone. Maybe that 4th mystery game is going to get delayed.
We're at a point where there's still going to be 3 games basically coming out on the same day unless they delay one of them again.
Well, I just don't know, but we've got some more lighter news. Nier Automata is coming to Xbox, the definitive edition. It's got something like Become Gods edition or something like that.
Yeah, it's Game of the Year edition. I think
it's going to have all the DLC. That's good for Xbox fans, Microsoft fans. Also, I don't know if that means PC players will get the game as well. But was it already on PC?
I'm not entirely sure.
Was it a PlayStation exclusive?
Phil Spencer did announce at the end that he was happy that everyone could play on this stuff on Xbox and PC or tablet or whatever. I think they've rolled out that Play Anywhere initiative to every game now. Because last year it was like a massive thing, wasn't it, for them?
Yeah.
This year we didn't see it. But I'm assuming so because obviously Cuphead DLC was announced. Again, like another announcement that we're just like firing through as if it's normal. But like Cuphead DLC was announced coming next year, spring 2019, I think. And I have that game on PC already, and it's obviously already on Xbox One. So I'm going to guess that a lot of the games that were mentioned are in the Play Anywhere scheme.
Yeah, also...
Whether that means Halo's coming to PC for the first time, a full Halo game, we don't know.
They never said...
But there was leaks of that, and Phil Spencer did sort of hint at that before E3. So.
I feel like, yes, because I feel like Xbox are... Sorry, I feel like Xbox is really trying to get into the PC market now.
They're trying to take the PC market.
Because I feel like they feel like they're just going to leave the console market up to Sony and Nintendo. But interestingly, they did tease that they are making their new console now. So maybe not. So I'll have to see. Also, Nier is already out on Microsoft Windows. So
yeah, so
it's just coming to it's just Xbox. That Game Pass thing is really interesting, which we're going to get into a little bit more later on, because they did a whole breakdown of the Game Pass. And
it looked quite interesting.
And we're thinking that's probably going to be more towards the future of gaming now, more of like a Netflix type thing for games, where you can, have the game and play it, not streaming, because PlayStation now don't work. Not in England. There's not a fast enough internet speed, I don't think.
I still think that we're years ahead of something like cloud gaming or streaming.
Yeah.
It's what they want, but whether it'll happen or not is a completely different thing.
We don't have the speed yet to play fluid 60 frames. I know they say that it does work if you've got a good enough internet speed, but I don't think that's the case for now. Anyway, I feel like that Game Pass thing is really better because it downloads the game to your hard drive and plays it like off the console, which is way better than streaming it and having some really terrible frame drops. So moving on, we get the air horn ready, Tom.
We'll get the air horn ready.
Sea of Thieves DLC.
Oh.
Nope.
Maybe not. Nah, I don't think I want that.
That is it. It's the game was terrible. We're not talking about it. It looks shit. Even the DLC looks shit, and it's coming out for July and winter. No one cares about it. Let's move on. We also got shown Battlefield 5.
Did we?
Well,
I mean, we got a world premiere of Battlefield 5.
This is what we want to talk about. Quote unquote world premiere of Battlefield 5. But we seen the same trailer as we seen yesterday. So what does that mean? Was it a world premiere?
I have no idea.
Because
it
was the same trailer, wasn't it?
Well, we saw a few seconds more of the trailer. A few seconds more of the trailer we saw. We didn't see the full thing. But again, there was no gameplay of the story mode. They were building this up as if it was like fair enough. It was a really good Xbox conference. I don't hate Xbox. Obviously, I've got a PlayStation, and I'm going to favour the PlayStation games.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean I hate Xbox. And their conference was really good, but it did seem like a lot of the time when they were saying world premiere or exclude, a lot of them aren't first party still. And as much as I feel like they've tried to cram as much stuff into that conference as possible, and yeah, they'll probably come out on top this year because of that. The thing is, people are still they're going to be in a position where they're going to have a crackdown again. When 2 years, 3 years time, people are going to be going, well, what about Halo that was announced? When's Halo coming?
Yeah.
Or for example, the game that we've been waiting for I don't know how long. 5 years? We'll do an air horn again because this game's been in the running for years now. Cyberpunk 2077 was announced again with a new full-length trailer. Not like last time when it was a tech demo. We got a trailer.
My body is ready.
But we didn't even get a release year, let alone a release date. We didn't even get a release year. So how long is that game going to be?
Well, I'm predicting 2020. I feel like 2020 is a. Is
it going to be a next gen game? Is
it going to
be a release for the next gen?
They better not pull that. They better not pull that Last Guardian shit on us. Remember when that just got delayed after delay, but then it came on PS4 and then no one cared about it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, you bet.
But like, I'm excited for the game still. I'm not as excited as I was. Obviously, it's being built off Witcher 3. Apparently, so it's going to use a lot of the stuff that The Witcher 3 had in the game, and obviously that's a really good game.
But they've also got that new seamless multiplayer system that they're creating, which is not apparently it's never been seen before. It's very immersive. It's almost like you're not going to notice the difference in changing worlds. So it's going to be like a totally apparently it's never been done before. I don't know what that means in terms of the game. I don't know if that means like the whole world you can still do single player, but it's still multiplayer at the same time. I'm excited because obviously we've seen another game that's done that, which is Forza as well. They've managed to somehow create a multiplayer driving game, which is seamless.
I think Horizon always had that anyway, but it like this Forza Horizon 4 did look pretty good. It's set in Britain, obviously, so it's quite a lot of rural stuff, and then we did see that you can go into the city as well, which I like that.
Yeah.
There was rumours that this was going to be set in Japan, and it was going to be like sort of Tokyo Drift-esque. Obviously, it's not that now, and we've seen what it is. But I think I'm still excited for the game. Like, I can get it on PC, I can get it on Xbox if I want to. Like, there's the option there to play that. They're not limiting Forza to just Xbox gamers anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's always been a good thing since that happened. But Horizon looks good. And moving on from that, obviously, they announced after that they've now acquired Playground Games.
Yeah.
The makers of the Forza series. Do you want to...
Yeah,
do you want to go through the others?
I've got all the studios.
They announced 5 studios that they bought out, basically.
So as Tom just said, Playground Studios, creators of Forza, they've been acquired by Xbox, which technically they were a Microsoft studio anyway because they only ever made Microsoft games. Compulsion Games, which made We Happy Few, has now been acquired by Microsoft, so We Happy Few is going to be a Microsoft PC exclusive.
It already was anyway.
Yeah, it was. It was already. Was it already?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be it was supposed to be a timed exclusive. I think.
I thought it was just an exclusive.
I thought it was supposed to be a timed. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, Xbox PC exclusive now because it's never going to go to PlayStation.
We Happy Few got a release date as well whilst we're on that. 10th of August, I believe.
Yeah, that's going to be the totally finished game, even though there is a version of it out already.
Yeah, it's in early access on Steam.
Yeah, which has not got the story mode in there. It's just the open world version of it. So that's going to be finished up by August. So the most surprising out of all of it, Ninja Theory.
Which you were quite upset about for a little bit.
I'm so upset.
So yeah, they're like mainly a lot of ties with Sony, basically. That was an air horn.
That's it. Yeah, so we've got also Undead Labs, which is also for State of Decay, and the Initiative, which are working on the new Gears. So, really, there's nothing to it. Like, Xbox are just following in Sony's footsteps, acquiring studios left, right, and center. And I'm kind of glad because Xbox as a whole was shaping up to be a really almost quite poor console for like first party exclusives and whatnot. So I'm glad that they've actually finally decided to get some first party studios to actually make some really great first party games, especially from Playgrounds and Ninja Theory, which created Heavenly Sword, Setsuna's Hellblade. That game is amazing. I recommend anyone to play that game because it's really good. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. Tom, I'm gonna need you to cue up the air horn because
I got it right here on my keypad.
Oh, okay. Kingdom Hearts was shown off. It showed the Frozen world.
I did a test and it didn't work.
Why didn't it work before then?
No idea.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Kingdom Hearts showed off the Frozen world, and yeah, it was really, really cool. It looks just like the film. Obviously, like Frozen's whatever. I've never really watched the film. I've only watched like younger siblings, and well, I've got one younger sibling and cousins watch it. So I've never seen the film properly, but it did look very close to the film, and Toy Story looked really good as well. All round.
I'm a big Frozen fan, so I can see how it can be like.
No, you're not a big Frozen fan.
So I can see how it can be like implemented in the game.
Okay.
I feel like that stuff could be done pretty well.
This is the first time I'm finding out. One of my good friends is a big Frozen fan. I had no idea. I've never seen him bumping the Frozen soundtrack in the whip. I've never seen the film being watched, so this is all news to me. But yeah, it did look really good though.
It did look very good. It looked extremely good for what it is.
Now we're moving on to Tales of Vesperia. Was shown off, which is the definitive edition of Tales of Vesperia. The first time it's coming to the West. It was only in Japan, I think. So it's coming to the West. It was a world premiere. It wasn't an exclusive. It's on multi-plat, so that's good. Also, we seen in PUBG, which said some really weird things in the trailer, which led us to believe that our theory is either PUBG is going to get announced for PlayStation, or it's going to be, or these maps are just solely on the console version of PUBG.
Console launch exclusive.
Yeah, it's a console launch exclusive, but I don't know whether that means. The wording was just really off, and this is the only trailer we've seen that said console launch exclusive. So these maps are there's like a summer map, and then at the end that was teased. There was a winter map that was teased as well. I don't really know. Really, like, I'm not a big PUBG fan. We've spoke about it on the podcast. I feel like they're running out of ideas. I feel like their PC audience is not going to be happy with these two new maps coming console exclusive. I don't know why they couldn't just drop it across the board. It's stupid. We don't need to make console exclusive maps for a free game. Like, it just doesn't really make sense to me. So we'll just have to see what that's going to be about. But I think, well, Tom said that he thinks, like, is it called Bluehole Studios? Is that what they're called? Bluehole Studios.
Which, the
PUBG guys. Yeah. Tom said that they shot themselves in the foot, which I agree.
So basically, the game started on PC, and they're now, what is it? It's basically, we're not sure what it's going to be, but it could be like timed exclusive maps for console, coming to console first. Like, it's not really sticking to the PC players that they originally thought they were going to be.
And that's why I think that PUBG might be going down. Like, I feel like it's gonna be fading into irrelevancy probably by next year, because look how long they're taking to release two maps, like summer and winter. Like, think about like games like COD, which are going to be able to like pump out like 5 maps at a time, like every 2 months or something weird. Like, I don't know whether when DLC gets dropped, but the maps that are like released, there's quite a few, isn't there? I think PUBG only has like 3. I don't think it has that many maps. So I don't really see the point of showing it at E3. I didn't think it was really a major announcement, in my opinion. Also, the game is not even in a fully playable state, because a lot of people still have problems with PUBG on console and sometimes on PC as well. So I feel like they should have just fixed the game and put things in there that the community really wanted, rather than focusing on making 2 console exclusive maps. So I don't know.
Who knows?
It's one of them, innit, really.
We could sort of cover something we already knew. Division 2 was world premiered at Xbox as well. Basically, it's set in Washington DC. It looks the same as the first game, with a little bit, a few more improvements and everything set up for the game. We're not entirely sure like what's going to be going on for it, but it looks decent. They still did the cringy Ubisoft trailer where they had the gameplay and everything, and
and people
voice acting and stuff, and trying to pretend that they're gamers, and
they need to stop that.
It's cringy. No one really likes it, and we have to sort of explain that all the time. If people are like, "Oh, but like, why is gaming not like that?" Because they're voice actors. They're not real gamers.
It's exactly.
They're not 15-year-old kids sat in their bedroom with a headset on, like shouting at their mom to cook them tea. Like, that's not. There's the people that are going to be playing that game, not like 30-year-old trained voice actors. They're not the people that are going to be playing that sort of game.
Exactly. Which I didn't understand why they did that whole, like, it was so like set up. Like, it just I hate seeing gameplay like, because it's not natural. I'd rather just see like a gameplay trailer rather than them trying to do an in-depth. Oh, look at us playing multiplayer together. It's pretty lackluster.
There's a lot of stuff that we still need to cover.
We haven't even like touched on some things. I did miss a couple of things as well. We don't know much about this game. It's called Black Desert. I know it's massive on the PC. I think it's got a big community. And it's coming to Xbox One, I think, exclusively. I don't think it's coming to anything. Oh wait, it's the same way they're working on both a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. You can jump it on the beta now, so I think they've got a beta exclusive, but it is going to be releasing on both PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So we didn't like it. It was cool, but you know, it's an MMORPG. Like, that's not really my style. Like, I don't know if it's your style, Tom. Like, it's not.
I've tried it before, but it's not for me. Like, I'm sure some people would be excited to have something like this again on console. Like, obviously, if you're a console gamer and you don't have a PC, then you can get in on the action if you ever wanted to play this game. And it's always a good positive that everyone's accessibly allowed to play a game in the gaming community.
It's probably going to be cross-play as well, so you'll probably be able to play with your friends on PC. That's total speculation. Like, don't take my word for that.
I wouldn't take your word for that. We're hoping.
It will probably be cross-play with the PC, but I'm not quite sure. But usually Xbox managed to get cross-play with PC because of it's so close. Next, what I don't know what else got announced next.
We'll go for Tunic, the Zelda style sort of Fox RPG adventure game.
That was so Zelda.
It was basically Zelda with a fox, wasn't it? Like old school Zelda in like 2.5D. Well, it was like 3D isometric, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So 3D isometric with a fox. Just basically like sort of old school Zelda. There's not really any way to put it. Like, it literally was old school Zelda, but like modernized and gave like a sort of cute appeal to it. I'm not exactly sure how that would go down with Nintendo fans. I haven't checked Twitter. I don't think I want to check Twitter regarding that game. It looked a really good game, but I feel like people are going to backlash it for it.
I for one really like the soundtrack and I like the look of the game, but as soon as we seen it, we were just like, this is Zelda.
Yeah,
it's literally
the fox even has like a green outfit on.
Yeah, and he has a little sword that he pulls out of a stone, and like it's very Zelda. And then there's like a really big monster which is also like Ganondorf. Like it's very Zelda. So I guess we'll see how that's going to be received. But I feel like it's a very good, strong title because I think it's Xbox exclusive as well to have. What else have we? Well, I don't know.
We've still got a lot left. We go for Shadow of the Tomb Raider because obviously we knew that was announced.
Yeah, that was a world premiere. That was trailer.
You get a new trailer. Again, the game. There was a little bit of gameplay in that trailer as well.
Yeah,
and it did look really good again. The new Tomb Raider games are always pretty good. this looked like it was keeping the same sort of lines as that announced to be released on the 14th of September 2018 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Yeah, looked like it had some nice set pieces in the game as well. Like, it looked very action packed. I think it's going to be really good. This new Tomb Raider trilogy is really good.
Yeah,
so
I'm not entirely sure whether it follows the story, whether it's.
I feel like this is
after.
I feel like this is like
Raider.
2. I think this is like number 2 to number 1. Like, Rise of the Tomb Raider was a prequel. I think is a prequel.
Yeah, but I'm not entirely sure. Like
we don't know. We haven't played the game.
There was no details announced for a lot of these games. It was basically all trailers. So unless you go back and do some in-depth research, right now, then we aren't going to know like the full details of stuff like that. We mentioned obviously the Cuphead DLC called The Delicious Last Course coming in 2019. That includes like a new playable character now and everything. Again, looks really interesting. Like, we've already covered it a little bit earlier on, but that was good. I think we should go back into Gears of War though. So I sort of ruined this at the start, but we feel like they played us.
You've jumped over a massive what? you jumped over Devil May Cry 5.
I know, but we're waiting for that.
Oh, okay, cool.
You've just
okay.
sort of you've ruined the whole reveal now.
Hey, you ruined the Gears reveal, man.
In the reveal.
Alright, okay. Gears Pop Funko. We didn't know what was going on there. We thought we all got played, to be honest.
So apparently, there's a new Funko Pop inspired mobile game for Gears called Gears Pop. We didn't know that. I'm not entirely sure when that was. Like, I thought that. Oh no, okay, maybe we didn't pay attention. We just thought Gears Funkos were coming. There's a Funko Pop Gears game coming to like Android and iOS.
Yeah, that's what I said. It said right at the end. He said iOS, Android, right at the bottom. Oh, did you just not see that?
I was just laughing at the fact that they announced Gears and then Funko Pops came out.
Well, apparently, according to this article on Polygon, Funko Pop gaming collections with about 16 different figures and variants available to purchase. I didn't even know Gears of War we even had Funkos.
Funko's got everything. Like, literally, like, they've got everything you could possibly imagine now. Maybe not everything you could possibly imagine, but like,
I know,
close enough.
Hey, I know it's close, man. I seen some like Funkos or some really weird things the other day. I was just like, why is that a Funko?
I mean, there's a game on here that I don't know if you forgot about that game.
What game?
Hang on.
What game is this?
Jump Force.
Oh my god! You put the air horn back on again.
Well, I don't know what this is. Try this. Oh, not that
No, we don't want that one. Jump Force. I'm a massive anime fan. Tom, he's also a light anime fan. He dabbles here and there with anime. He's a very big Studio Ghibli fan. So when I seen this on the screen, I knew exactly what was going on. I seen some familiar environments and objects and whatnot, and I was like, yes, I think I know exactly what this is going to be. I used to play a game with my uncle back in the day called Battle Stadium Dawn, which stands for Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Naruto. This is when One Piece and Naruto was in its infancy, so like the story hasn't even progressed that far yet. And it was a fighting game from the Dragon Ball universe, One Piece universe, and Naruto universe. But what this one has done is it's like an open 3D fighting game, but it's not just Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece. We then got teased that Death Note is in it, so that just means everything must be in it.
I'm not sure what they're going to bring to it. Like, it's Bandai Namco, so we're not entirely sure.
This is the most exciting game. It's a multiplayer. That means it's on PlayStation 4. It's on everything. It might even be on the Switch.
We don't know.
We don't know what. Nothing was really said except for that it got shown off last year to Phil Spencer, which means that it should be coming next year. So I don't know what's going to be happening, but I'm excited. The gameplay looked phenomenal. It looked like the next big fighter, in my opinion. I can't wait.
I think I have a sound clip as well to like sort of express your excitement.
Okay, I wouldn't quite say I was expressing like Leroy Jenkins, well, more the air horn is probably like is how I'm feeling. As soon as I seen it, yeah.
I'm not sure. You were very hyped when you saw that game.
Yo, okay. There was 2 games I was hyped for, like when it came on, yeah. Jump Force, yeah, and another game called Devil May Cry. That series is probably one of my favorite series of all time, alongside Metal Gear Solid. But Devil May Cry 5 is also, well, Devil May Cry series also.
It was confusing, wasn't it? Because like we didn't see. It didn't look like Devil May Cry when we seen it.
Yeah.
And then obviously the van drove past in the trailer. Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
And then like Nero.
I've actually,
like, playable character.
As I was saying, I've actually just figured out that's Nero. I didn't even know that was Nero. Like, he's totally different now.
It doesn't look like him.
Yeah, he's totally different. He's obviously took his devil arm off. That's why he's got a mechanical arm now. Because he used to have a devil arm in it that he used to like do special moves with and whatnot.
But we were teased at the end.
And then we seen the man himself, the OG Dante, was back on a motorbike, which is leading me to believe that Dante is going to be in the game and possibly playable. It comes out spring in 2019. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. Devil May Cry is like, I've held that series very, very much to my heart, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with the franchise next. And I'm glad they've actually opted for a sequel. It looks very different to all the other Devil May Cries as well. It looks like they've took elements from DMC and implemented it into that existing universe rather than trying to reboot the game again. And I'm excited. I'm very happy. I think no, that's not all we have. We've got some other things as well.
I was gonna say that's definitely not all we have. Like,
we haven't even talked about Gears properly, to be honest.
Well, Just Cause 4, obviously, leaked before as well. We will get round to Gears at some point. There's just a lot to cover.
Yeah, there was 3 games announced, so just
for Gears, yeah.
Yeah, let that sink in. 3 games, so
it just Cause 4. We knew it was coming. Square Enix, their sort of big open world destructive game, sort of free roam to a degree, like sandboxy. We knew it was coming. People are going to be excited for it, obviously. There's a lot of big fans of the Just Cause series out there.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like, it was just another trailer to say that there was a game coming, and Xbox got it to be on their stage. I don't feel like there was any more in that. Like, there's not a lot more we could say. We saw a trailer of a game we knew was coming out. Either through leaks or whatnot, but we still saw a trailer of a game that was coming out, so
yeah,
we didn't see anything else. Square have obviously got their conference coming up, so we'll probably see some sort of gameplay or something from that.
Well, that was that happened to be the big problem, didn't it? The fact that it was all it was all well and good as a conference on Xbox, but it was a lot of games that we knew were kind of coming, world premieres of games that are going to be on all consoles. We weren't even sure how many exclusives were for Xbox, actually, because a lot of them...
Technically, they said 18 exclusives, didn't they?
But a lot of them were existing games.
A lot of them are also console launch exclusives.
Exactly.
Or limited time exclusives.
Yeah, exactly.
So that it's not actually like they announced it as 18 exclusives, but it's like 18 types of exclusive.
Yeah, exactly. So that would probably be the only down point of the Xbox conference was that. But there was a lot of high points in there. I think we've just got one more game to really.
We've got.
No.
Still got...
I was gonna say before we talk about Gears.
Before we talk about Gears,
Dying Light was
Dying Light 2 announced, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. We were sort of discussing this while it was going on. We weren't sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then they brought out this whole like RPG type decision dialogue system, which isn't like the Dying Light that we knew last year.
Very different game.
Very different game.
Mm. But they're even going to continue with the Battle Royale mode now.
That's in the previous Dying Light. I think they're using like stuff from the previous Dying Light for that. I feel like this is a different game. But I don't know the story of Dying Light, so that I don't know if the story leads on to this.
To this, yeah.
And it could do. I think
what
the game looks interesting.
I think what the guy was saying was like, this is like the dark time of modern ages. So I feel like the first Dying Light was when the outbreak just happened, and now this is leading on to the outbreak's past. We've got over it, like as humanity, have got over it, and now this is how we survive, like in day-to-day life. Mm-hmm. We was confused for ages because we didn't see no zombies. It was it was a lot of human on human violence, a lot of like fighting, survival. It looked like Fallout, but just like at least it looked like a better version of Fallout, in my opinion.
It is still like a survival game, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's based around at night. Obviously, the zombies come, but in the day, this decision dialogue system allows you to create paths, and by building those paths, you break or make relationships with certain people. So their example was you make a deal with people that are at the water tower.
Yeah.
And you either follow the peacekeepers' orders and basically kill them if they don't agree.
Yeah.
Or you can make a deal with them at the tower, sell water on the black market to benefit yourself. However, by doing that, that means you attract the wrong sort of people to your town, which in turn leads for more risk for you. So it's all about like the decisions that you make during this and how to survive in that sense, as well as surviving fighting against zombies and people. Like, it does seem like an in-depth survival game.
What they were trying to make us think about really was that you didn't just have to think about the threat of zombies. You also had to think about the threat of humanity as well, and how everyone is turning on each other because there's not much resources out there. Everyone's going to... There's no law, really. No rules, except for like these guys who are like... almost like they've made their own policing, haven't they? Like these peacemakers.
Yeah.
And if you... and if you oppose them, they'll beat you up as well. So you've kind of got two forces. If you oppose like the good forces, you're gonna have trouble. But if you also go with the good forces, you're gonna have trouble. So like it's pretty good. They said you're gonna have over 100 different choices as well to choose from.
Yeah. Well, they did say that we were debating this, but he said that this is the first time something like this has ever been done in this genre. And we were like, well, State of Decay did that when it first came out, where if a character's killed, like you don't get him back.
Yeah. And it affects the game totally as well. Yeah.
But now we're looking at it, like, I personally do think that what he's saying is right, because this is really the first time a survival game with stuff like decision-making dialogue that changes your path and it's more than one threat from a certain area, like it's threats from everywhere now. And it's the first time that a game like that has actually like come out and been like, right, in the day you've got to make this decision and that'll affect how like it plays out on the night, or how it affects your ability to do stuff, or what you might get and who's going to come after you. And you have to survive on a broader scale than just surviving on the night. With a lot of survival games, it's like in the day you find, go and craft and harvest loads of stuff, supplies, and then come the night, like build your stuff and make sure you find to survive. Whereas in this, you've also got to deal with all the stuff that's happening in the day and at the night. So it's like proper survival.
Yeah,
you could say.
yeah. More so than some games, because obviously some games it could be a survival game, but it won't necessarily change the landscape of the game. But with this one, it looks like it would totally change the landscape. Like they show like two scenes, like identical scenes, but you can see how different it was if you chose to protect the water tower as opposed to if you were selling it on the black market. Like the world looked different. Like, so, yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to that new Dying Light. Now that I've like spoken about it and like discussed it, it does seem like a very good survival zombie game.
And I think I'm not sure if there will be co-op. Obviously, there's co-op in the last game, and we consider getting it. If there is co-op, I do think that I'm not sure how it would work, but if it can work with those elements, and you can, I'm sort of pushing the bar. If you can make decisions together, like someone takes the lead on making the decision,
yeah,
you still follow the same story together.
Or it'd be cool if you can play co-op and you can split off. Like, say for example, you didn't want to make one decision, but I did, and then we both take different paths, but we're still in the same game world. That would be interesting. It can get complicated.
I'm not sure how it would work.
I don't know how it would work, but it'd be interesting.
Yeah. About there's still Gears that we need to talk about, and there's still the Xbox Game Pass that we need to talk about. And I think we've sort of covered everything then.
Yeah, we would have covered. Yeah, I think we would have covered everything.
Apart from one last thing that we noticed in the last trailer. The montage trailer was showing Pez off.
Yeah, which we didn't understand.
Which I'm confused about because it's normally a Sony game.
So
whether that means that Pez is now bringing file editing abilities to the Xbox, which Xbox have banned for a long time, then that could be a good thing for football fans of that series. But it's just like a little small thing that we noticed. And I'm not sure where it's going from there, but we'll have more details probably in the coming days on what that might do.
Yeah, exactly. We know that Pez is going to do their own reveal, aren't they? So I don't know whether they like just didn't get the trailer in time to them or whatever in it, but it was weird that they showed it in the montage and didn't show it off, because every other game that was showed in the montage was shown on stage. Yeah. So I don't know. Who knows? There were some other ones as well, wasn't there? I feel like I'm just trying to go through my head to make sure I haven't missed anything. I think that was about it. Try and go on the Twitter feed.
I think that was basically it from Xbox. Because Cyberpunk 2077, which we discussed, never good. There's not too much around there that we didn't discuss. There's just the Gears game now. And obviously the fact that Xbox Game Pass has got faster tech now.
Yeah, it's got like some type of new it's got a new AI system in it, which machine learning basically. I don't really understand how it works, but obviously it allows the game to be booted up 2 times faster. But it says it's a cloud service, but I'm sure you download the game.
I think you download the game.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're calling it a cloud-based system on here, but I don't think it is a cloud-based system, because I know you definitely download the game. I'm sure you do.
There's a lot of stuff that was coming to Xbox Game Pass. For example, stuff that's announced coming today, the Xbox Game Pass is The Division, Fallout 4, and the Elder Scrolls Online. Master Chief Collection is also going to be included at some point in the near future.
Yeah.
But not like right now today. But, I mean, we were discussing this earlier as well, and it is a good system that we like. To be honest, I'm wondering if I can get it on PC, if I could get this on PC for all the games, then I'd be happy. I don't think I can. But for $99 a month, so for example, we go for like £10 a month, that's quite a good system to get access to all those games, especially all the new titles as well. Like as soon as they come out, you'll get access to like Gears 5, Halo 6, Forza Horizon 4,
Crackdown 3,
yeah, everything like on the day of release.
All the Microsoft exclusives will be coming there on launch, which is very interesting. And also, a lot of third-party titles are starting to sign up, which is leading me to believe that like they must be getting like a good amount of royalties as well
Mm-hmm.
from the service. So I see how it works, because if you think about it, if they split it up in a good enough way, I'm pretty sure that if you're given, like, say for example, the studio gets $5 or £5 from that $9.99, by the time they get to 12 months, that's $60.
I didn't think it'd be set up like that.
I don't know how they would obviously do. I don't know if
Yeah.
they're going to sound like a contract, and they're going to give them a lump sum of money, or if they get some of the subscription fee, or they get paid per download. I don't know how it works, but obviously companies are signing up for this because they're able to make some type of money from it, and it's successful. So obviously it's a lot of older games, but still though, Netflix only really has older series, and then they have their originals, which is what Xbox are doing. They're putting their Xbox exclusives on there, and they're putting older content from different places on there as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the Game Pass is a really good idea. That could be something that should be looked into the future for all services. I think that's the way how things are going a little bit.
I do feel like there's going to be a point where we're going to have like a Netflix, Amazon like cross, and you'll have like Hulu or something as well. So you're going to have a Nintendo, a Sony, and an Xbox
Kind of like
exclusive section. And basically these companies like are going to go out and buy loads of different studios. And what we're going to end up seeing is someone like Ubisoft will partner with PlayStation, and Square Enix will partner with Xbox, or I don't know, Bethesda will partner with Xbox. Like they sort of just have, in a way.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like exclusively on that streaming service.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, they'll be exclusive on there for maybe like a year.
Yeah.
2 years, or they may not ever go on Sony. They may just be exclusively on Microsoft. Who knows? And the last things that were talked about before Cyberpunk 2077 was they focused a lot on the Gears franchise. They announced 3 new games, which we just said, Gears Pop. Then they announced the Gears
Tactics,
the Gears
which is
real-time strategy game.
A game for RTS fans. So I'm not gonna lie, it looked pretty good for.
It did look pretty good
for RTS fans. If you're a big fan of Gears and a big time of like RTS games, then this game is for you.
I'm not an RTS fan, but I actually was pretty interested in it when I seen it. So it does look really good. And then they did Gears 5, which I was surprised that they actually showed gameplay off for it. I expected them to show gameplay for Halo over than Gears, and they didn't show anything for Halo, but Gears 5, they look like they're well into development of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they showed gameplay as like
yeah, they did. Yes, they did.
A slight little bit of gameplay.
Because she was like shooting all those like monster things. She was killing people.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah,
they showed gameplay. Yeah, she had like a little staff, like a hammer thing that she was like killing. I don't know what the new enemy's called now, because it's not Locust anymore. So Gears 5 looks very interesting, and it's being done by the new studio that Microsoft just brought, called the Initiative Studio. So that's very interesting. I wonder how Cliffy B feels about this, because he just shut his studio down. It's the original creator of Gears. He's the guy that made Radical Heights and Lawbreakers. Yeah,
we'll have to see. I think
that's everything.
I think we've covered everything. Like, it's like an hour.
It's almost like a podcast.
Like, there's a lot of stuff that we had to cover for that.
And there was certain things that we've actually just left out as well. We didn't even bother like going in on the Division or anything like that. There's some other like indie titles and stuff that we haven't gone over because they were shown in like a montage for the ID at Xbox thing. That's really all about it. We're gonna try and get ready, probably like get some sleep or something, because Bethesda's coming up at 3:30.
I mean, Bethesda's coming up at 2:30. We're coming up at 3:30. Depending on how long Bethesda goes on for. We're basing it on previous years. If you follow us on Instagram and Twitter, at 808s and Joysticks on Instagram, 808s and Joystick on Twitter, because they won't let us put an S on the end of it. It's too long.
We're working on it.
But yeah, that is the end of the show. We'll be back at 3:30 a.m. British Standard Time. I should probably get up the time.
Or the rest of the time, so like
stuff, because that'd probably be helpful.
Yeah, my phone's dead.
That
My phone died
that
ages
didn't work.
ago.
Let me get it up.
I do a little bit of padding out. Also, go on the 808s and Joysticks website, 808sandjoysticks.com. You can follow all the previous episodes, look at all the artwork, catch the live stream on there when we go live. Follow us on all of our socials.
Hopefully you're listening on there now.
Yeah, hopefully listen right now. Follow us on our socials. Follow our Twitter feed. I think we're quite funny, to be honest, when we tweet about like whenever the conferences are going down, because our reactions are pretty. No, fuck you, Tom. It's just because I'm the one that's involved. I'm the one that's doing the Twitter feed. Tyrell, it's me.
So basically, then we'll be back at 3:30 a.m. British Summer Time for Bethesda. That also means we'll be back at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time and 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time, if you're in those time zones.
Also, if you're in any other time zones, just slap it in like a time zone changer and you should be able to figure out when you need to be awake or whatever.
And if you're interested in any of our other coverage, or like forget and just want to double check, then go to our Instagram at 808s and Joysticks, or on the website in the gallery like we've just mentioned, and everything is on there, and you can see all the times for every single stream that we are going to do over this next 2 days now.
Yeah, we've got 2 more days now to do the stream. Yeah, so coming up is Bethesda, then tomorrow is Sony and Square Enix.
Sony and Square Enix, yeah.
And yeah, just Sony and Square Enix. We may cover Devolver Digital, but we're not sure when this. We're not sure when it is. And I think
Ubisoft as well tomorrow.
Oh, Ubisoft as well.
Ubisoft
okay,
as
we've got Ubisoft tomorrow as well. We've got a pretty stacked day, so we're gonna see how that's gonna go. Unfortunately, we're not covering the PC show because it's boring.
I mean,
straight up facts. It's boring.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's gonna be a lot of us.
It was like nearly 3 hours last time.
Yeah,
they would start talking about GPUs. Why?
It like PC stuff is all good, but we're not.
Tom, when they start bringing out the processors and start talking about, why do you need to start talking about processors though at the PC gaming show?
It's about PCs.
Yeah, well, you don't need to start talking about processors there though. It's not CES. You don't need to show off your new technology.
PC gaming.
Anyway, it was boring, so we're not covering it. Devolver Digital is doing something as well, but we're not sure what they're doing because they always do something really weird every year.
They're doing a conference.
They are doing something,
but apparently Serious Sam 4 is going to be there.
Yeah,
we're not entirely sure if we will cover that.
And I think it's really late
it's at 4 a.m.
early
time,
morning,
like British time, which means we've got to stay up till 4 a.m.
And then we'll be streaming
at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m.
Which is diabolical because we have Nintendo the next day 12 hours later. So we'll see. We'll see.
It's doubtful. But if anything does change, then be sure to follow our social media.
Yeah,
and it'll be updated on there. I think that's it. We can end it with a little song.
What little song?
This little song. It's a nice little sad song.
Rest in peace, Crackdown. It's probably never going to see the day of light.
I'm pretty sure that game is. I mean, it is coming out.
The game looks terrible, Tom.
But yeah, we will play it out with a little song that I've got. I think we can play that.
Well, why wouldn't we? Well, why?
We'll see.
Is it a remix? Okay, yeah, it's
a Sango remix.
Oh yeah, what's good? We can pay this out. Like, no one's gonna. If you want to really copyright strikes, then you can if you want.
Again, thank you for listening. We'll be back at 3:30 a.m. British Standard Time.
Yep.
British Summer Time.
Thank you, and thanks for listening as always. If you are listening wherever you are, and if you listen to the episode in the future, thank you. 808s and Joysticks.com. This is our Xbox reaction. Thanks for listening as always.
Notice of what's in front of you, 'cause did I mention you about to miss a good thing? And you never know how good it feels to have all of my affection, and you'll never get a chance to experience my loving, 'cause my loving feels like ooh, you don't know my name, and I swear it feels like ooh, you don't know my name. Oh, will you ever know it? No, 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 no. Will you ever know it? Know it?